What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer. So I did Blue Eyes yesterday. I thought I'd do the counterpart Dark Magician today. About a month ago, or maybe a little over that, I guess it probably was a while ago, I did a caveman version of Dark Magician, but there has been some new support came out that is pretty darn solid, I have to say. And I kind of incorporated it on the deck. It's not so gimmicky where it's just about floodgates. It's about trying to use all these new cards and seeing if they work, and I think they do. You can plus so much off of it. It's kind of insane, to be honest with you. All right, so he has the Ghost Ogre. That's not going to do anything, of course. I'm going to be able to get my Dragoon. I'm going to have, Dark Magical Circle. I have the follow-up with the bond between teacher and student. And I have a negate coming up because I already, I was able to Foolish Burial. Like, being able to go into Dragoon, having it for at least one more format is, truly incredible, to be honest with you. So that's going to be negated. The follow-up, I still had a negate, an Omni negate with Magician's Combination. That card is actually usable now thanks to, just the great consistency boost. Every once in a while you'll still brick, but, for the most part, everything is pretty darn cherry. The Field Spell, I don't know. Helps you thin out your deck, I suppose. It doesn't make a huge difference. And the one thing I'll say, criticism-wise, is, Dark Magician support is all over the place because having both Dark Magician and Dark Magician on the Gruul is cool in theory, but the problem is if you have combination, you don't want them both on the field at the same time, or else you're not getting the Omni negate. But, having access to Eternal Soul from the deck and, having more chances of seeing it off a circle is really, I guess, the most important part. I used to run Effect Veiler. I switched out for Super Poly, so if you see those, you'll have them, the opposite. But I'm way behind in card advantage here. This guy's got Lost Wind, Torrential Tribute, Solemn Strike, ABC Dragon Buster. We'll see if I'm able to do anything with this. I go in Say Light. I don't understand. Your opponent cannot target this card or monsters on the field. I guess I should have called Dark. That was just a dumb move by me. So that was just silly. All right, Torrential Tribute. So I'm going to be able to draw two and stack whatever I want off the top of the deck, which is really awesome. All right, Eternal Soul is going to come down. I'm going to special summon the Dark Magician. I'm going to banish one of his cards so he cannot go into ABC. As of right now, he cannot. And then, I had that bond between teacher and student. I used to not have this in the deck, but it's actually kind of insane. You kind of really need it. So I'm actually making my way back in this duel somehow. So I, burned his entire field with Dark Burning Magic. I'm trying to avoid him from being able to go into ABC Dragon Buster. I'm going to use the effect again, even though my whole field is going to get popped. I definitely want to be able to banish one more card at least before I go. Don't want to be able to Link Climb, so that's definitely going to help me. He doesn't have the C still, so he can't go into ABC Dragon Buster. I'm surviving slowly but surely. A top deck of Salvation, obviously, like I said, that ends up being really good. So I have one banish. I got to be able to use it well, and I'm definitely going to do that. No C for you, please. And you can't Solemn Strike it, obviously. It's unaffected. And Salvation comes down. Yeah, see, that's where it's okay, cool. I guess I just have this extra Dark Magician Girl in the field, which I guess can come in handy for Link play, something like that maybe later. But yeah, that was a huge comeback in that duel. I thought that was really quite interesting. All right, here's Blue Eyes. And yeah, I did the Dragoonity combo yesterday. I get that it kind of is far away from Blue Eyes, but nonetheless, I thought it was still pretty interesting. I wanted to make the video. I found it, so I thought it'd be kind of cool to explain what it was and what it did. Probably try to do Dragon Link next and go from there. But Dark Magician's actually pretty dang streamlined. There's 12 hand traps in this deck, if you can believe that. And, considering you got that Ritual card that lets you kind of search out your Rod or your Souls, whatever you need, it's kind of insane. Alright, I can add a Dark Magic attack to my hand, which is pretty neat. Although I shouldn't have done that. I should have gone into Imduke and then special summon the Dark Magician back and gone for game. I'm fine, obviously. He just doesn't have enough cards to, make anything happen, and I win the duel. But yeah, I make a lot of mistakes in this video, and kind of the whole purpose of this video is to show you how many times I do those, so that you don't make them. I don't really care if I look great, and I've said this before. I don't really care how good I look in these videos. Who cares? It literally does not matter. So I have the follow-up play, with the Eternal Soul. I do run Cross-Out Designator in this deck, too. It ends up kind of working out for me. You want your rods to go through and all that good stuff. Because if you get your setup, you're looking pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and negate that back row, whatever it is. The Chaos Dragon Levy in here, sure, why not? I don't know. But yeah, now I have the bond between teacher and student on the board, so that's pretty neat. can go for the rod to search whatever I need now. You can just put whatever brick you want back in your hand. It can keep using... I like to keep Illusion of Chaos whenever I can. And there goes Verte Anaconda. I can bring... I can add, Dark Magic Attack. Although, I may have been short even here. With this, I should have special summoned Dark Magician. Why waste yourself for another turn? Leave yourself open. But I have an Omni Negate. I have another Omni Negate. Crossout Designator. Dark Burning Magic. When I do revive that Dark Magician, which is really neat. So just... yeah, I was definitely taken over there. And you're just easily able to get, both Dark Magician Girl. Like when Dragoon gets banned, alright, we're gonna have to go back to the drawing board, of course, but until then you kinda enjoy yourself. Alright, I can stack that. Whatever the case may be, if it's not Dragoon, it's whatever, but you need to be able to activate a fusion card that Foolish Burial's Dark Magician. Like that's... it doesn't... if it has to be in your hand, then it's going to be a really big problem, in my opinion. Okay, Eternal Soul. Definitely, they don't have anything, I suppose, so there you go. Here's a couple of duels against Ghost Trick, I'm pretty sure. And they have, like, some crazy stuff. Super Poly is pretty good, I would say. Considering he's playing Ghost Tricks, I was trying to see if I could bait him into putting more investment into the back row. He didn't for the turn, so it's like, all right, I might as well go for it now. The Rod can come down. I can get the Field Spell to kind of thin up my deck a little bit. Hopefully I can draw some more of my better cards, like the Combination or something like that. I can draw a couple, like the Field Spell. Like the best part about the Field Spell for sure is being able to use it with Magician Soul. So even if the secondary effect is kind of useless, it does end up getting value, at the end of the day. All right, there goes the Combination. Infinite Impermanence. So I'm gonna, special summon the Dark Magician, banish the Eater of Millions. Still haven't even used my Omni Negate yet. I have the Bond between teacher and student as the follow up. This one is really insane. So like I have a really great setup here. And I think he ends up getting like an incredible top deck or something like that. All right, so there we go. This is like the best setup. If you have Magician Souls plus Soul Servant, yeah, you're gonna be doing pretty well for yourself. I think I sort of searched out the circle, so that was my bad. I found it off the top, so I got kind of lucky, to be honest with you. So Destined Rivals, I'm gonna be able to negate all face-up monsters on his field at some point. So he gets the Super Poly off the top. That's pretty nice. But yeah, I got plenty more. Like I'm good to go. I don't even think I banish his Starving Venom. It's like, okay, that's fine. I'd rather just go off your back row, whatever it is for now, because I'm going to be doing pretty well for myself. All right, there goes Magician Souls. I'm going to go ahead and I should have banished his face down. That was just another stupid mistake because I can search with Eternal Soul my Dark Burning. No, it's not Dark Burning Magic, but yeah. So he top decks Harpy's Feather Duster. Even had the Omni Negate coming up. It's like, that's so frustrating. That's okay. I can still get my Magician's Rod. I got to pop off his field, so that's pretty cool. I had the Ash. So this was kind of a pivotal point in the duel, right? So he flips a Morphing Jar. Like, okay, like I have 5 cards, he have 5 cards, but I have a Searcher, which is going to be Circle. At this point, in terms of a war of attrition, or whatever you want to call it, I feel like I can do better than him. So even though he legitimately blew up my board, it was the best possible top deck he could have gotten in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! We'll see who can start getting advantage faster than the other. In my opinion, it's going to be me. If I was smart, I would actually search the Quick Play spell, because I could have stacked on top of my deck the Circle too, and then drawn 2 more cards. So that was a misplay by me, definitely. But here I am. I already have 4 cards. I was off of 1. So, all right, here comes the Magician Souls. I'm going to be able to banish whatever back there. All right, goes for the Lost Twin. That's fine. So now he has no cards. He's not going to be able to set this again when I special summon. I still have the Infinite Impermanence, which is pretty neat. He's going to keep the Lantern in hand. Dark Burning Magic. Not a great top deck. That's fine. He's going to go ahead and set the Lantern. So he's going to try to set up his Ghost Trick stuff. But he has not found the Field Spell yet. So I'm going to have to make something happen here pretty soon. Ash Blossom, that may come up a little later. Or maybe right now. I'm going to flip this face up. He's going to probably set this to the field. Flip that face down, which ends up helping me because it resets its attack and defense. The Festival's going to try to activate again. A top deck of the Rod is really good, and if I'm smart, I'll finally search out. I should have done Soul Servant in the first place, so yeah, what are you going to do? Sue me. Alright, I can activate that. I can banish his back row. I can go into a big eye so I can attack directly. It's a decent tech card, I think. Here's Plunder Patrol. Why not? Plunder's actually pretty good. Lots of hand traps in there. Yep, and now I can just kind of fix my hand, which is going to be really, really nice. I should have probably sent the Dark Magician Girl, which is okay. But I figured if he has an effect fail and he waits for the Predaplant, Verte, and Anaconda, like, I need a Dark Magician in the graveyard, so I ended up making the right decision at the end of the day. So if you're playing a hand trap heavy deck that, you want to be able to send both of them, so you have a Dark Magician and a Dark Magician Girl in your graveyard, but you got to be able to make that kind of executive decision when you can. Alright, so I'm not going to let him go into the Link 2. I know that's like a super important card for their deck. I'm going to keep Special Summoning. I'm going to keep banishing his Plunders to not give him any advantage. And I'm going to search with Rod. I haven't even used Illusion of Chaos just quite yet, so yeah, I was well on my way there. Here is a water deck. Sure. Oh, but this is what the new support, so it's actually pretty cool. I'm a big fan. So I didn't go over these cards. I was thinking about still making the video, but it's so late now. It's kind of old news. I may end up doing it as like a bonus video one day. Who knows? All right, so he's got a spell and trap negate, so I gotta be pretty careful. I'm gonna like force him obviously to use it now, so he's gonna have to negate that. So now my plays are pretty much ready to go here. Let's see what I can make happen. I can grab the Eternal Soul. All right, Soul Servant off the top, and yeah, I can't use it yet. I don't have any Dark Magicians in the graveyard. I will have the Eternal Soul though, which is pretty neat. He's gonna special summon this back. He's gonna go over the Rod. That's fine. But again, so he has this Omni Negate, so I can't use Eternal Soul just quite yet. I'm gonna have to again force it out from him. Because I'm gonna need it. So there we go. Dark Magician Girl. I'm gonna pitch this to the graveyard. Now I have at least one in the graveyard that I can use. I'm gonna try to draw one card. It's nothing. Still trying to play it safe. All right, so yeah, I tried to bait him out to see if he'll negate the combination. He does. Which is just really helpful for me, obviously. So I'm going to have the Rod again. I probably grab another circle, I'm guessing. Yeah, there we go. Soul Servant, I can stack on top of the deck of Souls. Draw 2 cards. I found another Eternal Soul. It's definitely not a bad thing. Alright, now I can go into a Red Eyes Fusion. Finally, I can get rid of this, Dragite. Once and for all. He tries to use C stealth attack. I'm not going to let him. And there we go. Now I'm kind of just boom right on top there. And I think this was a match, so here's the other duel against him. He has like the Phantasm stuff, but I don't know. You use a lot of effect monsters, with this. And there we go. This is pretty much the standard opening, which you're able to do so much now because of the ritual card and your other copies. It's just unfortunate how expensive this deck is because the Magician Souls has not gotten a reprint. It's going to be like the new Adusted Gold. It's so silly. Yeah, so I am sitting pretty because I'm pretty sure I should have sent the Dark Magician Girl, so yeah. Anyways, I never let Pot of Disparity go through. That card is just terrible. Where I should say it's so good that you just don't want it to, you don't want your opponent to be able to use it. Pacifist, I never want this card to be able to be used. So he can activate these traps from his hand. I'm going to keep banishing cards, whatever that face down is. I'm going to negate that, and there you go. Boom, just like that. Too many negates to deal with, obviously. And here is Witchcrafter. And this is actually a really bad matchup because one of the Witchcrafters is able to pop face-up spells and traps. Meaning that your Eternal Soul is going to be bye-bye a lot of the times. Alright, so I opened up a lot of hand traps this time. Effect Failure honestly is not a good card against Witchcrafter. Most of their effects activate when they're tributed. So we'll see what I can make happen here. I'm going to add a Dark Magic attack. Might as well, gain advantage technically. A top deck of Dark Magical Circle is very good. Summon Limit does pretty much nothing for the most part. And I'm going to go ahead and stack that Magician Souls to the top. I need access to Dark Magician. Somehow I have not found it just quite yet. Again, all of them tribute, so it's just tough. Alright, so he's going to try to pop the field spell, which is the wrong choice. It should have been Eternal Soul, but I did have the answer either way, so it didn't end up mattering. Excuse me. Okay, so he's going to shuffle that back, add a spell, I suppose. He's going to negate all the face-up, spells and traps. That doesn't really matter at all. He's going to, obviously chain that. All my cards are going to be destroyed. But it was something I had to do. All right. I used to run Strength and Unity in this deck, but I didn't end up liking it at all. I did have the extra copy of Eternal Soul, so I'm going to use that best I can. Okay, so this would negate the first trap, so I got to activate this now. I'm going to banish, the main card of the deck, the Witchcrafter, Madame Verte. He tries to pop my Dark Magician that is unaffected by card effects. So that was the misplay that probably helped me win this duel. And I have Dark Magic attack now, so that is going to go bye-bye for all of your cards. He's going to, finally pop the Eternal Soul. All right, that's a problem for me, of course. But I did have the Magician's Rod. I have the Strength and Unity now. I don't know if I'm going to be able to Fusion Summon technically. We'll see. I can draw one card, and I can use this. I can go into Verte Anaconda, activate Red Eyes Fusion. So here it does end up Strength and Unity, so it's not the worst card in the world. This card has an effect in the graveyard, that's why I ended up doing it that way. The card, this deck is not completely, dependent on Eternal Soul, thanks to cards like Magician Souls. It's like a monster version of it. Okay, so I'm going to gate that. I'm going to definitely get rid of his kind of advantage. Anytime I can get my opponent to go -2, I'm always going to negate that. It just feels very necessary. Alright, he's going to add all these to their hand. Like, most of these Witchcrafter cards don't actually do anything, so it's not that bad. He's going to try to negate that. I'm going to respawn. I'm going to destroy. I think he has protection, but it's going to get destroyed now because I have the Dragoon effect. And I'm going to attack for a game, so... Yeah, those are pretty cool. I think that was a pretty good display of what it can do. A lot of the same stuff, obviously, but I think that's kind of the point of how consistent it is now, which I really enjoy. So let me know what you guys think about this deck in the comment section down below. Other than that, that's going to do it for today's video, and I'll see you guys next time.